Hello YouTube! So KURO decided to finally reveal the new standard weapons that we are gonna get with the release of 𝗖cie𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗏. So let's take a look together and see which of the resonators is getting buffed, at least indirectly from an F2P perspective, and which of the new weapons is gonna be the best and you should focus on, and of course which of the existing standard weapons is now power crept and not worth the pulls. Starting it off with the sword laser shearer. This thing comes with energy regen as a substat, a passive that increases the attack by 12%, and resonance skill damage increased by 24% when attacking a target under the new interfered status. Only lasts 3 seconds though, so you'll need to stay on field and keep hitting the enemy to trigger the buff, which when you are looking at sword users, only Iuno, Rover and Brent would want a sword with energy regen as a substat. Everyone else, they will just stay on Emerald of Genesis, which, not gonna lie, I'm quite happy about. I pulled the Emerald of Genesis 2 times, one for Sanhua and one for Dungeon, and it's nice to know that my investment is not in vain. But back to the main topic. Iuno, Rover especially really likes skill damage bonus. Most of his damage is through skill damage, not so much Brent. Brent in fact does not have any skill damage in his kit. However, how fate made it, Rover already has an amazing 5-star sword, Blood Pack's Pledge. This thing comes at maximum rank 2. And yes, it is only better on Iuno teams, but Iuno Rover is always gonna stay on Iuno teams. So yeah, ultimately it is just a slight buff for Brent. Before, if you wanted to build Brent as a DPS, you needed either his signature or to steal Iuno Rover's signature. But now he has a better alternative because this thing also comes with 12% attack increase. And of course, as I mentioned, the rest of the passive is wasted because Brent does not deal resonance skill damage, but beggars can be choosers. Slight Brent buff, yay! Moving to the Broadblade Radiance Cleaver. Crit damage substat, I already like what I'm seeing. Attack percent increase, I think this is gonna be the case for every single one of the new weapons. And the Resonance Liberation increase instead of skill increase. Now, I am happy and sad about this. Sad because this is clearly not meant for Mornye. Mornye is a support, should want something like energy regen. But I am happy because this weapon is insane. Like, let's take a look at the existing Broadblade. It has 36% attack increase, new weapon, 48% crit damage with 12% attack increase. Old weapon, 21% liberation damage at maximum stacks. The new weapon, 24% resonance liberation damage. Now, of course, this one lasts for 3 seconds, while here it lasts for 12 seconds, but which Broadblade user even deals damage while off field? None of them does. Right off the bat, Augusta, Jinshi, Jian, all of them were using Lustrous Razor as a stats. Now they have a much better option. And Lupa, Chisa, both of them are scaling with Resonance Liberation. The new weapon is just gonna make them better. The only reason I see to use Lustrous Razor now is for the energy regen, which I guess Chisa and Lupa would like, but some extra substats on energy regen is gonna do the trick, and the new weapon is just straight up better in terms of damage, so yeah. First standard weapon getting power creep. Moving on to the pistol, 𝗖cie𝗽𝗆𝗆𝗵𝗁. It has crit damage as a substat, makes sense, static mist had crit rate, increases the attack, and this is, wait, when a resonator in the team has to, it doesn't even need to be the resonator wielding the weapon, just a resonator in the team, it does not matter who. 20% all attribute damage bonus for 14 seconds. This is great. This is an insane DPS weapon for pistol users. Before we had Static Mist, which was good if you were using the character as a sub DPS, or well, I guess beggars can be choosers and you could also use Static Mist on DPSs, but now you have a much better option, especially for Lynae. This is gonna be insane for Lynae. And of the existing pistol users, Galbrena would want this weapon more, Carlotta would want this weapon, Of course, remember Carlotta already has very low crit rate, so going with a crit damage weapon, she's either gonna nuke things or she's gonna hit like a noodle. I probably will just stick with Static Mist on her simply because I will not want to try my luck. Ciaccona. Well, Static Mist increases attack percent for the upcoming Resonator, and Ciaccona is used with Cartethyia, and Cartethyia does not care about attack percent. So the new standard weapon is gonna be better for Ciaccona, and Mortefi, well, I guess he stays on Static Mist. Overall, very, very nice. I will go with this weapon if you plan to go for Lynae and you don't plan to go for her signature. It even looks a little like Lynae's signature. What? Lynae winning. New Gauntlets. Please have crit rate. Please have crit rate. Please have... Yes! Crit rate! And attack percent increase like always. And when attacking enemies in interfered state, you get up to 24% bonus basic attack damage. This is full-on basic attack damage. The old Gauntlets were split. 10% basic attack damage bonus and the 10% resonance skill damage bonus. It doesn't really matter though. New weapons is simply better. Crit rate instead of attack percent, with even attack percent thrown in there. And out of all the Gauntlet users, Iuno would like the new weapon, Zani would like it, Roshia will like it, Shanglia would like it. The only two characters that I can think of that would like Abyss Surge more would be Jiangxin and Lingyan. But outside of them, every other Gauntlet user is getting a slight buff, at least their F2P builds. Let's continue with the Rectifier, Boson Astrolabe. Energy regen as a substat with attack percent increase, and this is the same as the gun. When a Resonator in the team casts a Toon Break skill, it does not matter who, it provides 12% additional attack increase and 12% basic attack damage for 14 seconds. Okay, so who this thing is even gonna be used on? Out of all the Rectifiers, Shorekeeper and Verina want energy regen, but the rest of the passive is worthless. They'll probably just stick with Variation. Yeah, especially Variation has a higher energy regen, 52% versus 39%. Bullying does not really care about energy regen after you get her sequence 2, and everyone at some point is gonna get her sequence 2. Frolova does not care about energy. Phoebe cares about energy a little when you build her as a sub DPS, but she scales with heavy attack damage or with Spectrofrazzle, so I don't think it's worth it. Anchor is just gonna stick with Cosmic Ripples. I think the only two characters that will enjoy this weapon are 𝗖cie and Cantarella. If memory serves right, Cantarella requires a huge, crazy amount of energy. I am still not able to reach her 40 to 50%. I'm still not able to reach this amount with my own team, so I have issues with her. The new weapons is gonna help that. Of course, if you are going turbo investment on Cantarella, you'll be able to get this amount from Echoes, and in that situation, Cosmic Ripples is just gonna be better. And we have to remember, everyone and their mothers has String Master. I've seen new players asking what weapon they should go for, and everyone says, go String Master. So yeah, a turbo invested Cantarella would just stick with String Master, but if you are just starting off, or if you don't want to spend any more echo materials, then the new standard weapons is just gonna be really good, especially since it has basic attack damage increase. Both Cantarella and 𝗖cie like that. So overall, if I had to say which weapon to go for, if you plan to pull for Lynae, and I'm expecting almost everyone to do that, the new weapon is fantastic on her. It's an amazing DPS weapon. Even if you don't plan to go for Lynae, this is the counterpart to Static Mist, the DPS variant. It's gonna improve your Ciaccona, it's gonna improve your, well, Carlotta if you are willing to take the gamble with the crits, and it's gonna improve your Galbrena. If you don't plan to go for Lynae, then both the Broadblade and the new Gauntlet are really nice. You just go with the one that you are missing, you know? If you have a Gauntlet Resonator whose signature you are missing, go with the Gauntlets, otherwise go with the Broadblade. I hope you all saved on standard pulls because we are gonna need them. Until next time, have a wonderful day, good luck with your pulls, and bye for now.